Okay, now we will start our class. So kindly mute yourself and simply have a recap of the last class. In last class, we had discussed regarding the energy from the sea, tidal, after that OTE and wave. We have already finished that. Anyone kindly confirm? Yes, anyone kindly confirm that last working day for your means last day in physics class we had discussed wave energy, tidal energy and OTC. Yes or no? Yes sir. Okay. Then now we will start our today's class. Moving to the next segment means one or two more topic is there only. Okay, now it's clear. So just once quick revision. Listen. Solar energy already finished, wind energy, hydroelectricity. Fossil fuels in which coal, petroleum and natural gas. We had seen how they are produced, how they are used. Okay. After that, wave energy, tidal energy, OTE, ocean thermal energy, geothermal energy, and I think one is remaining, that is biomass, biogas, and nuclear energy. So today we will start biomass and biogas. Especially this biogas we have to start. For that, biomass will be used for the production of biogas. That's why we will discuss this biomass term. So mainly biogas power plants are set up for the production of energy, that can be used in an ideal fuel. Take care, biogas power plant is one of the ideal fuel, and fuels are also the sources of energy, na? That's why. So what is biomass? If anyone asks, that biomass are used for the production of biogas. So here we will see those materials which are generally the dead or decaying parts, or you can say the decomposition of the animals and plants, especially in the formation of petroleum coal we had seen, due to the decomposition of what? Dead and decaying part of animal plant. This time also biomass means those materials which are mainly the part of the animal and plant, which may be the source for the production of fuel or energy. So we will define the term, that what is biomass. After that we will see. So all the materials, like if you will say sir, wood leaves, some part of the vegetable peels in from the kitchen, which can be further used to produce compost, so those are simply biomass. And when they will be decomposed, of course with some process, we will see how, then that will be converted in a gas that is known as biogas, and that gas contains the maximum amount as a methane, which is one of the ideal fuel, and further it is used for the domestic purposes, okay, like LPG. So you need to understand the term biomass. Biomass, once again, those materials which are mainly the parts of plants, mainly, but it may be part of plants and animals, but here mainly the plants material, waste material of any vegetables, plants. So you can write it, just see. साफ आ रहा है ना जी? Okay. It's now clear. So you can see the materials present, especially plants mainly, because the animal part we will not use, right? So mainly the plants, vegetable, leaves, anything. So the material present in the bodies of, you can write, the materials present in the bodies of plants and animal can be written, but mainly I am telling you mainly plants. The materials present in the bodies of animals and plants. I have written both, but you have to focus mainly on the plants part. That is generally used as the fuel, and fuels are what? They are simply sources of energy. So the materials present in the bodies of animal and plants which can be used, which parts which can be further used as a fuel, take care, which can be used as a fuel. These are simply biomass. Sometimes it is written the waste material from plants and animals. तो वेस्ट मटेरियल में ऑफ कोर्स हम सब्जी लाते हैं, सब्जी खाते हैं, उसमें से जो छिलके हैं ये वगैरह निकलते हैं, तो वो हमारे लिए वेस्ट मटेरियल हुआ, बट दैट इज द मटेरियल प्रेजेंट इन द बॉडी ऑफ प्लांट. दैट्स व्हाई वी हैव रिटन वेस्ट मटेरियल कैन आल्सो बी रिटन, but this is simply for the biomass. Now we have to produce this biogas. For this, we need to construct a dome like a structure that has been given in your NCERT book. You can see, I will draw here a simple diagram. You can go through the books also, in which the biogas is produced. Okay, so just we will have discussion regarding the biogas and where it will be produced, that is simply known as biogas plant, right? So just see what is biogas, its construction. Sometimes it is asked, explain or describe the construction and working of biogas plant. Just see, this is the earth, this is earth ground. So in the earth, construction like the tank with the help of bricks, जैसे कुआं होता है ना जी, उस तरह से कंस्ट्रक्शन किया जाता है, डोम लाइक स्ट्रक्चर. ऊपर में इस तरह का स्ट्रक्चर रहेगा, ऊपर में अपर, ये अर्थ के ऊपर का हिस्सा जो दिख रहा, इनसाइड इट इज अ कंस्ट्रक्शन made up of bricks mainly. So what happens here, outlets are there. Here there is a tank or chamber through which, just see, this is the outlet and one more outlet is there here. You can draw better diagram. I am simply drawing a simple diagram. This is also an outlet, and here this is inside the earth surface, inside. Here this is one outlet also through which the produced gas will come out. Just see, this will be the biogas, and here there is a valve. इसको क्लोज ओपन करेंगे तो इधर से गैस बाहर आएगा. Now what happens here, you have to see, you have to understand the, as far as the construction is confirmed, you can write what is there. Just see, there is a construction made inside the earth and its upper part looks like the dome, dome. It contains tanks, दो टैंक हो गया जी, देख लो. This contains the mixture of gobar, you know, cow dung generally say, but it is a simply dung of the animals like buffalo also. गोबर जो मेन हुआ ना, वो गोबर तो बायोगैस प्लांट या गोबर गैस इज आल्सो नोन एज गोबर गैस प्लांट। जस्ट सी, गोबर गैस प्लांट और बायोगैस प्लांट, ये पॉपुलर नेम है गोबर गैस। बायोगैस एक तरह से बेटर नेम, it is simply written but popularly we know as the गोबर गैस और गोबर गैस प्लांट। तो गोबर सबको जानते हो, गाय का भैंस का जो भी हो, वही यहाँ पर होता है। तो टारगेट क्या है सो सुन लो। एक्चुअली वी हैव टू decompose those material that are the waste from animal and plants. So mainly here the raw material is gobar, just see gobar, but sometimes some vegetables, peels, straws from the fields can also be mixed with them, but main raw material is gobar. So we have to simply decompose the gobar. तो हम लोग जानते हैं कि जब कोई भी मटेरियल जिसमें वाटर होता है प्रेजेंट, वो जल्दी सड़ेगा, सड़ना गलना। डिकम्पोज में सड़ रहा गल रहा तो बदबू आता है, स्मेल निकलता है। तो साइंस की भाषा में हम लोग बोलेंगे कि वो डिकम्पोज हो रहा है, उससे गैस इवॉल्व हो रहा है, वही करना है। तो गोबर अगर हार्ड होगा, ड्राई होगा तो डिकम्पोज नहीं होगा। तो उस गोबर के साथ वाटर मिक्स किया जाता है एक टैंक में, और इसी को हम लोग बोलते हैं गोबर प्लस वाटर, और इसी मिक्सचर का नाम है स्लरी, SLURRY। इस टैंक में द गोबर इज मिक्स्ड विथ वाटर विच इज नोन एज स्लरी, एंड दिस स्लरी इज सेंट और प्रोवाइडेड इनसाइड द चैम्बर। इस चैम्बर का नाम है जी डाइजेस्टर, डाइजेस्टर टैंक बोलता है, या सिर्फ डाइजेस्टर भी बोल सकते इस पूरे चैम्बर को। तो स्लरी इज केप्ट इनसाइड द डाइजेस्टर टैंक and it is simply packed. So what happens? Is it clear to all? तुम लोग बीच बीच में ज्वाइन करते रहो, डिस्टरबेंस होता है। शुरू में बोल चुके हैं, ज्वाइन करो। Now this is present inside the earth surface. Here what happens? Some terms we have to utilize. Just see. Construction, as far as construction is concerned, you can write that there is a chamber made up of concrete and simply bricks. The outer part is looking like a dome which have an outlet with the help of a pipe connected through the wall, and one chamber is there in which gobar is mixed with water in the form of slurry, through which it is sent inside the tank. Now what happens? It decomposes. Here one word, anaerobic degradation. Just see the word anaerobic degradation और anaerobic fermentation. fermentation वर्ड केमिस्ट्री में पढ़े हो। degradation मीन्स सिंपली डिकम्पोज होना। तो दिस anaerobic degradation takes place। हाँ जी, बोलना है, कुछ बोलो। anaerobic degradation means simply decomposition of materials. Take care, anaerobic degradation is taking place here. What is anaerobic degradation? It is decomposition of materials by microorganism without O2, without oxygen, or in the absence of oxygen, you can say. They survive. These microorganisms can survive without oxygen. So sometimes it is written that anaerobic reaction takes place, anaerobic degradation, in the absence of oxygen, because these microorganisms which decompose this material, they can survive विदाउट ऑक्सीजन। हम लोग बहुत बार सुने न्यूज, जो सेप्टिक टैंक बनता है जी घरों में, उसमें साफ सफाई करने में जब लेबर नीचे जाते हैं तो एक के एक बाद 2 3 4 गए, वहीं पे बेहोश होकर गिर गए, मर गए दम घुटने से, जहरीली गैस। तो डीपर सेक्शन मूव करते हैं तो देयर इज अ लैक ऑफ ऑक्सीजन and some harmful gases may create there due to the decomposition. And in the absence of oxygen, we are unable to survive. That's why it happens. So similarly, these microorganism or bacteria, you can say, microbacteria, you can say, they can survive without oxygen. So the anaerobic degradation takes place after some days. Some days means it may be 20 days, 30 days, 40 days. After 2034, due to the decomposition, some gases creates, and when it will be converted in the form of gas, it will rise up. These are these are simply the gases which is known as biogas, in which about 75% is methane. Take care. After decomposition or anaerobic degradation, the gas evolves that contains about 75% of methane gas, and methane gas is one of the ideal fuel. So this is taken out through the pipes, and through the pipes, how the LPG from cylinder through the pipe used in our stoves or gases for the cooking food. So this can be further used. Of course, if it is directly used, it has some of the smell, so something will be mixed and it will be. But our target was how this gobar raw material is used to convert in the form of fuel, because fuels are one of the source of energy. Take care once again. The gases due to the decomposition aerobic degradation evolves, which contains mostly 75% of methane gas, which is one of an ideal fuel, and that is further used for cooking food in our domestic purposes. And here, these remainings, these remainings, which is simply known as residue, it can be used as the manure in the fields for the crops, but this manure can be used to increase the crop production. एक साथ देख लो, दो दो फायदे हो गए. The gas evolves can be used as a fuel. This is 75%, so this is used as fuel, and here this is used as manure. So we are getting two important things, one for ourselves, another for the plants. So in this way, this biogas plant can be set up, and it is mainly set up earlier in the villages, because we know the cattle are mainly found in the villages. But nowadays, we all know, we all needs milk. In every houses, milk is required. So many cattle are also found in towns. So in town, it has been also set up. Many gobar gas plants have been also set up in the town area, which we are simply using for the domestic purposes, and these remaining residue is also used for the crop or simply in the fields for improving crop production. And this is natural manure. Take care. This is natural manure, so it is not containing any chemicals, no any harmful or uh, its bad or poor effect on the crop production. So this is all about the biogas or biogas plant biomass. If any problem, you can say, you can share. Otherwise, I will move to the next segment. The last topic is nuclear energy. Yes, anyone, any problem? जैसे ही कोर्स खत्म होगा जी, कॉपियां चेक करेंगे, नोट कॉपी, और तुम लोग का संख्या, नंबर ऑफ स्टूडेंट ज्वाइनिंग द क्लास वेरी वेरी लेस. अब क्या है रीजन, आई डोंट नो. क्लास तुम लोग को अटेंड करने में है, नोट्स बार बार बोले हैं कि यूट्यूब वीडियो देखना, दैट इज ओनली वन साइडेड. ओनली यू कैन हियर, यू कैन लिसन, but in the classes it is two sided. You can ask, I can reply, I can ask, you can reply. So take care of this part. You are board examining, your examination will be started, and that may be simply conducted offline mode. So you need to go for a written practice also regularly. That's why we are providing our time much more. So after this, we will move to the only topic chapter that is in our syllabus. So okay, I think I should move forward. So construction and working, you need to write separately. Construction means how it has, simply how it is made up of. Draw the diagram, simply write how it is made up of. And after that you can write the composition of the biogas, in which I had written 75% is methane. Just see, biogas, this contains CH4 about 75%. Main target is to look after this. Mainly this contains methane, which we have to use. But after it, it also contains CO2 and nitrogen, carbon dioxide, nitrogen, hydrogen and hydrogen sulfide. This contains this plus this plus this plus this plus this, but mainly 75% is useful for us, so we have to use this. That's why we are not going to write. You can write 75% and other gases about, is all approx 25%. So this is the composition of the biogas. रॉ मटेरियल पूछेगा बायोगैस का, गोबर, वेस्ट मटेरियल ऑफ एनिमल्स बोल सकते हो, लेकिन जैसे ही बोलेगा कि मेन कंस्टिट्यूएंट्स, कंपोजिशन, CH4 75% and rest others. If you remember one or two, you can go through that. Clear? You need to mention all these things. After that, diagram, construction, how it is made up, working, how does it work? Simply slurry is placed inside this anaerobic reaction. So what is anaerobic reaction? You have to need to write that, and then how we get the products as biogas and bajai the manure. And after that, you can write advantages. It is renewable, eco-friendly. So you can go through the advantages. Now, come to the topic nuclear energy. Nuclear word, न्यूक्लियस से आया जी, न्यूक्लियस केमिस्ट्री, एटम का कंस्ट्रक्शन में पढ़े हैं कि इलेक्ट्रॉन, प्रोटॉन, न्यूट्रॉन एंड न्यूक्लियस द सेंट्रल पार्ट दैट इज द न्यूक्लियस. व्हाट इज द न्यूक्लियर एनर्जी? इसमें कंसेप्ट है थोड़ा लंबा कि एक्चुअली व्हाट हैपेंस, हाउ द एनर्जी इज ऑब्टेन्ड विद द हेल्प ऑफ. म्यूट करो जी, अनम्यूट तुम लोग को जरूरत के हिसाब से करना है, म्यूट रखा करो, साउंड तुम लोग की तरफ से आता है. ओके. So how the nuclear reactions are done, and with the help of that the energy evolved, energy created can be further used for the production of electricity. Energy means electricity mainly. So first of all, nuclear energy में हम लोग को एक नहीं दो रिएक्शन है, एक न्यूक्लियर फिजन और एक न्यूक्लियर फ्यूजन, या उसी को फिजन रिएक्शन, फ्यूजन रिएक्शन बोलोगे. तो न्यूक्लियर एनर्जी जहां पे हम लोग क्रिएट करते हैं, वो प्लेस कहलाता है न्यूक्लियर पावर प्लांट. न्यूक्लियर पावर प्लांट्स, these are the places where nuclear energy is produced. Now nuclear energy is done with the help of such a huge machines, nuclear reactors. In nuclear reactors you can say बड़े बड़े मशीन्स होते हैं. इन अर्लियर it was in the Harvard syllabus where we had to go through in detail how nuclear reactors produce electricity, various parts and their function, as you had gone through the human eye na, human eye various parts function. तो न्यूक्लियर पावर प्लांट में न्यूक्लियर जो एनर्जी प्रोड्यूस होता है वो कैसे न्यूक्लियर रिएक्टर्स होते हैं, उसके डिफरेंट पार्ट्स होते हैं. बट वी हैव नॉट टू गो इन द डिटेल. आवर टारगेट इज ओनली कि how energy is produced, and two types of reactions are there. The nuclear fission, and second one is nuclear fusion. अब ध्यान देना, न्यूक्लियर एनर्जी न्यूक्लियस का कॉन्सेप्ट है. अब न्यूक्लियर फिजन और न्यूक्लियर फ्यूजन दो रिएक्शंस हैं, दोनों न्यूक्लियर एनर्जी के अंतर्गत आते हैं. So how they are different from each other, we will provide some of the terms. But earlier, first of all, you need to know फिजन फ्यूजन, फ्यूज कर गया, हम लोग वर्ड यूज करते हैं बायो में, फ्यूज। फिजन, फिजन मीन्स ब्रेकिंग, फ्यूजन मीन्स कंबाइनिंग। जैसे तुम लोग रिएक्शंस केमिस्ट्री में पढ़े तो याद करो, कॉम्बिनेशन रिएक्शन कंबाइंड होता है, और उसका उल्टा, कॉम्बिनेशन का उल्टा, हाँ। देखो तो फ्यूजन में क्या होता है कि एक हेवियस न्यूक्लियस है, ये ब्रेक करेगा दो लाइटर न्यूक्लियाई में, और इसमें अ लॉट ऑफ एनर्जी प्रोड्यूस। फ्यूजन में क्या होगा कि दो लाइटर न्यूक्लियाई कंबाइन करके एक फ्यूज बनाएगा, और इसमें भी ये एनर्जी होगा। फ्यूजन फ्यूजन दोनों में, फ्यूजन में ब्रेकिंग हो रहा है, ये ब्रेक करके टूट करके दो पार्ट में बट रहा है, इसमें दो मिल करके एक बड़ा हेवियर बना। तो यही स्पेशल डिफरेंस, इससे जो एनर्जी, जैसे तुम लोग केमिस्ट्री में एक और वर्ड पढ़े एक्सोथर्मिक एंडोथर्मिक, तो एक में एनर्जी इज रिक्वायर्ड, एक में एनर्जी इज गिवन आउट, एक में टेकन आउट इन, एक में गिवन आउट। तो यहाँ पर दोनों में, in both the cases the huge amount, very huge amount of energy is released, and our target is to trap this energy for our advantageous work. So we will move further how nuclear fission will be defined, and similarly if you define you can write it, and then we will have the differentiation. Simply differentiate, we will differentiate them, how fission is different from fusion. So you are asked generally differentiate between nuclear fission, nuclear fusion. Minimum 3 points are asked. Nuclear fission is also known as fission reaction, and nuclear fission is known as fusion reaction. So I want to simply define, and then we will see its advantage and disadvantage and its effect on our day-to-day life. How does it affect our population? Because you have here the nuclear power plants are set up in the remote areas where the populations are very far away from there, because if it will be set up, there will be the chance of the radiation that can damage the population living by there. In the Japan we had here, during the tsunami many nuclear power plants have been destroyed, so many, there was a chance of the radiation. That's why we will see its adverse effect on our life. So first of all, I would like to define the term nuclear fission. Just see, nuclear fission or fission reaction. Just see, a splitting or breaking, the splitting of a हेवियर, बड़ा हेवियर था, अभी दिखाए थे कि हेवियर गेट्स ब्रोकन इन द पार्ट ऑफ लाइटर, तो स्प्लिटिंग ऑफ द न्यूक्लियस ऑफ, और यू कैन राइट स्प्लिटिंग ऑफ ए हेवियर न्यूक्लियस ऑफ एन एटम. Of course we will use some selected atoms, not all the metals or this, we will use some certain. So heavier nucleus, or especially here, you know, uranium. Uranium is one of the raw material that is used for the nuclear energy. So nuclear energy is produced with the help of uranium. So we will have some of the discussion, like you know, uranium had two isotopes, U-235 and U-238. These are the isotopes of the uranium. So which will be used for the production of electricity, sir. So of course these are what? Isotopes of uranium. You need to know, you need to mention this, so that we can write a heavier nucleus of an atom. Which atom uranium will be used here, sir? So here especially we are using 92U235. This 92 atomic number you all know. Okay. So just see, this can be noted down. You need to note it. I will erase it, then I will move forward. Just note down. Isotopes of uranium, U-235, U-238, in which U-235 is used. So now I need to just erase this. So just see, a splitting of a heavier nucleus of an atom by bombarding किया जाता है जी। ये प्रोसेस हमारा न्यूक्लियर जो रिएक्टर्स होते हैं उसके अंदर होता है। किससे? तो बाय बम्बार्डिंग ऑफ स्लो न्यूट्रॉन्स। ओके, सो एन एटम बाय बम्बार्डिंग, उस पर हिटिंग, बाय प्रोजेक्टिंग। बम्बार्डिंग कैसे होगा? बम पटकना। तो सिंपली इट इज बम्बार्डिंग टू स्प्लिट। कैसे टूटेगा? इसको बम्बार्डिंग करेंगे कि इसको वी हैव टू ब्रेक इट। तो दैट इज द प्रोसेस विच टेक्स प्लेस इनसाइड द न्यूक्लियर जो रिएक्टर्स होते हैं, न्यूक्लियर रिएक्टर्स। फिर से यहां लिख रहे हैं न्यूक्लियर reactors. These are the heavier machine inside which nuclear energy takes place. So once again see, a splitting of a nucleus of a heavy atom like U92 U35 by bombarding of slow neutrons. जब स्लो न्यूट्रॉन से बम्बार्डिंग करेंगे तो जो हेवियर न्यूक्लियस होगा वो क्या करेगा? वो टूटेगा इनटू टू और मोर लाइटर न्यूक्लियाई। हेवियर न्यूक्लियस पर बम्बार्डिंग किए स्लो न्यूट्रॉन से, तो वो दो या दो से अधिक लाइटर न्यूक्लियाई में क्या किया? ब्रेक किया। अब इस ब्रेकिंग से a huge amount of energy will be released. फिर से देखो, the splitting of heavier nucleus of an atom by bombarding of slow neutron into two or more lighter nuclei to release a huge amount of energy. Splitting of heavier nucleus and the release of huge amount of energy also takes place. This process is called nuclear fission. Take care. This is nuclear fission. We have defined the term nuclear fission. As far as the fusion is concerned, just opposite. Two lighter nuclei will combine together to form a heavier nucleus. इसका एक रिएक्शन लिख दे रहे हैं जी। ये है 92U235। जब इस पर बम्बार्डिंग होगा, देख लो रिएक्शन, बहुत सारे बुक मिलता है। बेरियम बेरियम और क्रिप्टॉन में टूटता है। बेरियम जिसका एटॉमिक नंबर 56 139 प्लस क्रिप्टन, ये एटॉमिक नंबर होता है, सबको पता है। ये कैसे निकालते हैं? प्रोटॉन प्लस न्यूट्रॉन करके, वो सब देखना। ये हो गया 3694। ठीक से देख लो, 56 बेरियम क्रिप्टॉन 36 प्लस न्यूट्रॉन ये दिया है 3 molecules of neutron plus this energy will release, and we have to use this energy which is the product. Our target is mainly to look after this energy which is very high or very huge. About it is about 200 megavolt. This is about 200 मेगा इलेक्ट्रॉन वोल्ट। मेगा इलेक्ट्रॉन वोल्ट में एनर्जी को लिखें जब इसमें होगा कि 1 मेगा इलेक्ट्रॉन वोल्ट बराबर सर क्या होगा, ताकि हम 200 मेगा इलेक्ट्रॉन वोल्ट को जान सके। तो 1 मेगा इलेक्ट्रॉन वोल्ट बराबर 1.602 इंटू 10⁻³ हम 1.6 शॉर्ट में लिख रहे हैं, 10⁻13 जूल। देख लो 1.6 इंटू 10⁻13 जूल, ये 1 मेगा इलेक्ट्रॉन वोल्ट का वैल्यू है। तो 200 अबाउट लिखे हैं, 200 से ज्यादा भी हो सकता है और कम भी। तो इतना ह्यूज अमाउंट में एनर्जी यूज होगा, तो सोच सकते हो कि सर इस एनर्जी को हम लोग क्या यूज कर सकते हैं। सबसे बड़ी बात कि न्यूक्लियर एनर्जी के लिए बहुत ही रेयर एलिमेंट, बहुत लिमिटेड, ये यूरेनियम पढ़े हो, ये हमारा रेयर एलिमेंट होता है। रेयर एलिमेंट क्यों कहते हैं? कारण इट इज वेरी मच लिमिटेड इन द नेचर। और याद करो कि ये रेयर एलिमेंट का कोई बता सकता है कि वेयर इट इज फाउंड यूरेनियम? इंडिया में बताओ जी, इंडिया में यूरेनियम कहाँ पाया जाता है? जल्दी, इंडिया में यूरेनियम कहाँ पाया जाता है? एनीवन? यूरेनियम इंडिया में मेनली झारखंड, झारखंड में है जादूगोड़ा, जादूगोड़ा जगह है, यहाँ पाया जाता है झारखंड में जी, ये मेनली। और भी हो सकते हैं थोड़े बहुत, लेकिन ये मेनली यहाँ से जाता है। और यूरेनियम के बारे में और पढ़ेंगे हम लोग कैलोरीफिक वैल्यू, लेकिन लगता है कि डिस्कनेक्ट हो गया।